My name is Vincent. I am not young anymore. Every morning I see it in the mirror. My hair is gray. There are many lines on my face. My eyes look tired. I often think that I have waited too long doing nothing. For years I believed my life was already over. I thought I had missed my chance. I thought it was too late. Too late for dreams. Too late for love. Too late for a new life. And I was sure that nothing would ever change. But I was wrong. I did not know that then. I did not know my life would change. I did not know one moment could change everything. At that time I lived alone in a small flat. It was quiet. Too quiet. When I opened the door, I heard nothing. Only my own steps. I sat down, and it stayed silent. Every day was the same. I got up, went to work, came home, ate something, and slept. Then everything started again. Day after day, year after year, and nothing changed. My friends had families, they had houses, they had children, they had a life. When I saw them, I smiled. I said that I was happy for them, and that was true. But when I was alone, it felt different. Empty. Heavy. I came home and noticed that no one was waiting for me. No one spoke with me. No one was there. Only me and the silence. Long ago I had dreams. Big dreams. I wanted a home. I wanted a family. I wanted a good life. But one day I stopped dreaming. I started waiting. For the right moment. For more time. For more money. For luck. But nothing happened. Time just moved on without me. And one day I told myself, it is too late. And I believed it. One morning I stand again in front of the mirror. I look at myself for a long time. I do not walk away. I keep standing. I see my face. I see my eyes. I see the lines. And I ask myself, when did this happen? When did I become so old? When did my life just move on? I think about the past, about my dreams. Back then I thought everything was possible. But now it feels far away, like another life. I see other people, in the street, at work, in the park. They laugh. They talk together. They are not alone. They have families. They have love. And I stand beside them. I feel strange. I feel alone. I walk home alone every day. I open the door. It is quiet. I sit down. I eat alone. I sleep alone. And this feeling grows stronger. Every day a little more. I think again and again, I am too late. My life is already decided. I cannot change anything. I ask myself, did I miss my chance? Maybe it was there. Maybe I did not see it. Or I waited too long. I do not know. But I believe it is gone. This thought stays in my head. It will not leave. No matter what I do, no matter where I go, I feel sadness. I feel fear. Fear that this was everything. Fear that my life will stay like this, without change, without love, without future. And the longer I think this, the more I believe it. My life is the same every day. I get up in the morning and go to work. I come home and feel tired. I eat something and go to sleep. The next day, everything starts again. It is like a circle, always the same life. Nothing new happens, no change, no surprise. I still have dreams. Deep inside, they are still there. But I do nothing for them. I only think about them. Then I let them go again. Because I am afraid to fail, afraid to hope again and be hurt again. So I stay where I am. I do not move. I try nothing new. I tell myself this is my life now, and I try to accept that. But it doesn't feel right. It feels empty. I watch the days pass me by. I watch time disappear, and I do nothing. That is the hardest part. Not the loneliness, not the sadness, but that I simply stand still. My life moves on. But I do not move with it. Sometimes I ask myself, am I still living? Or am I only waiting? Waiting for something that may never come? One day something different happens. It is an ordinary day. I go to work and come home. Everything is like always. But in the evening I go outside again. I do not know exactly why. Maybe because I cannot bear the silence anymore. I walk slowly through the park. The air is cool. It is quiet. I sit on a bench and look ahead. Then I see her. She sits not far from me. She is also alone. For a moment I glance at her, then look away. I actually want to leave, but I stay seated. After a while she stands up and sits closer to me. We say nothing at first. It is silent, but it does not feel heavy. It is a calm silence. Then she looks at me and smiles softly. I am surprised. It has been a long time since someone looked at me like that. We begin to speak. At first, slowly, simple words, then more. We tell a little about our lives. She is kind, she listens to me, really listens. I notice that she understands me. She is alone, too. She has also waited for a long time. She has also thought that it might be too late. At this moment I feel something I have not felt for a long time. It is not a big feeling. It is quiet. But it is there. For the first time in many years, I do not feel completely alone. We keep sitting together on the bench. Time passes, but I hardly notice it. It feels calm, almost light. I tell her more about my life, about work, about the years that simply went by, about the feeling that everything is too late. My voice becomes softer. I think I missed my chance, I say. Then it becomes silent. I look down. I expect no answer. I think she will say nothing. Maybe because it is true. Maybe because it is really too late. Then I hear her voice, quiet, clear. No, she says. I look up. She looks at me. It is not too late, she says. Then she pauses for a moment. It is never too late. These words stay in the air. I say nothing. I only listen to her. Again and again. It is never too late. Something happens in my head. A small thought. I do not want to believe it. A part of me says, that is not true. It is too late. But another part listens. Very quietly. We keep talking, but I only think about that sentence. Later, when I walk home, I still think of it. Again and again. It is never too late. For the first time in many years, I feel something new. It is small, it is quiet, but it is there. Maybe my life is not over after all. After that evening, something feels different. Not big, not loud, but I can feel it. I keep thinking of her words. It is never too late. The next day I go to work. Everything is as always. But I do not feel the same. I am more awake. I think more. After work, I walk to the park again. She is there. She smiles when she sees me. I sit next to her. We talk. We laugh a little. It is strange for me. But it feels good. In the next days, we meet more often. We go for walks. We sit on the bench. We look at the sky. We talk about our lives, about our mistakes, about our dreams. I notice that I start to dream again. I have not done that for a long time. I feel more alive. Not young, but also not too old. I begin to think, maybe I still have time. Maybe my life is not over yet. Maybe there is still a chance. I am not only alone anymore, I have someone I can talk with, someone who understands me. And slowly a feeling returns. A feeling I had almost forgotten. Hope. One evening we sit in the park again. The sun is slowly setting. The sky is calm and warm. We talk as usual. Then she looks at me and asks, "What do you really want in life?" I stay silent. No one has asked me this for a long time. I have not asked myself either. I have only worked and waited. Now I must answer. I think. I breathe in deeply. I want a home, I say slowly. I want a family. I want a life that makes me happy. The words are simple, but they are honest. They come from deep inside me. She smiles and says, "Then start." I look at her. Her words are short, but they are strong. "Why are you still waiting?" she asks. This question stays in my head. All evening, even later when I am alone at home, I sit on my bed and think, why am I still waiting? I have waited so long. For the right moment, for more time, for luck. But nothing has happened. Maybe I do not need to wait. Maybe I just need to start. In that moment, I make a decision. I do not want to wait anymore. I want to begin. Even if I am afraid. Even if I am unsure. I take small steps. But I move forward. For the first time in many years, I believe I can change something. The next morning, I wake up earlier. I do not stay long in bed. I get up and walk to the window. The air is fresh. The sky is bright. I feel different. Not perfect, but stronger. I go to work, but I am not the same man. I work with more focus. I talk more with others. I notice things I did not see before. After work, I sit down and write my goals. A better job, more money, a home, a new life. They are big goals, but I start small. Very small. I look for new chances. I search for jobs. I save a little money. Not much, but it is a start. Every day I do something. One small step. Sometimes it is hard. Sometimes I am tired. Sometimes I want to give up. But then I remember my decision. I remember why I started. And I go on, step by step. With time, something changes in me. I become more confident. I believe more in myself. I see that I am no longer standing still. I move forward, slowly but surely. And this feeling is new. It gives me energy. It gives me hope. For the first time in many years, I am a bit excited about what will come. After some time, I see a new chance. It is a better job, more money, more responsibility. In the past, I would have said, "This is not for me." I would not even have tried. But this time it is different. I remember my decision. I do not want to wait anymore. So I try. I prepare myself. I read everything carefully. I think about what I can say. I practice my answers. I am nervous. Very nervous. On the day of the interview, I put on my best clothes. I stand in front of the building and breathe in deeply. My heart beats fast. I feel afraid. Afraid to fail. Afraid to be not good enough. But I walk inside, step by step. The interview is not easy. The questions are hard. Sometimes I need to think for a long time. Sometimes I feel unsure. But I give my best. I stay calm. I speak honestly. When I am outside again, I do not know if it is enough, but I know something else. I have tried. Really tried. And that feels good. A few days later, I receive a call. My heart beats fast. I pick up. Then I hear the words, "We would like to offer you the job." I can hardly believe it. I say nothing. I just stand there. Then I smile. For the first time in a long while, I have done it. I have taken a step. A real step forward. My first day in the new job is exciting and hard. Everything is bigger than before. The work is harder. The people seem confident and experienced. For a moment, I feel small again. I think, maybe I do not belong here. Maybe it was a mistake. But then I remember why I am here. I have taken this step. I have managed to be here. So I stay. I keep working. The first days are not easy. I make mistakes. I need more time than others. Sometimes I stay longer to learn more. There are days when I am tired, days when I doubt. But I do not give up. Not anymore. Every day I learn something new. Small things, but important things. Slowly I get better. I understand more. I make fewer mistakes. My boss sees that. One day he says, "You are doing well. Keep going." These words mean a lot to me, very much. They show me that I am on the right path. With time, I receive more responsibility. I may decide more. I am needed. And this feeling is new for me. I notice that I have changed. Before I waited. Now I act. Now I walk my own way, step by step. My life keeps changing with my new job. I earn more money than before. For the first time, I have not only enough, but also a little extra. I start to save. Every month I put some money aside. It is not much, but it grows slowly. And with each month my feeling grows that my dream is possible. I often think of what I said in the park. A home, a place that is mine, a place where I am not alone. At first, this dream still feels far away. Houses are expensive, very expensive. When I see the prices, I think for a moment I will never manage that. But then I remember my path. Step by step. I do not need to reach everything at once. I only need to keep going. So I make a plan. I look at flats and houses. I compare prices. I read and ask for information. It is new for me, but I learn. Each day a little more. Sometimes it is hard. Sometimes I feel unsure. But I keep at it. I do not give up. In the evening I meet her in the park and tell her about it. She listens and smiles. "You are on the right path," she says. Her words give me strength. She believes in me. And slowly I believe in myself, too. My dream is no longer just a thought. It becomes clearer. It comes closer. And I know if I continue like this, I will make it. After many months, I have saved enough money. Now I can take the next step. I look for a home. I see many flats and houses. Some are too small. Others are too expensive. Some just feel wrong. Sometimes I go home and think, it is too hard. Maybe I will not make it after all. But I remember my journey. I have already done so much. So I go on, day by day, step by step. Then one day I see a small house. It is simple, not big. But when I stand before it, I feel something. It is quiet. It feels right. I walk inside. The rooms are bright. There is a window with much light. Outside is a tiny garden. Nothing special. But enough. I stand there and picture my life. I see myself sitting there in the morning. I see peace. I see a home. And suddenly I know, this is it. This is my place. My heart beats faster, but this time not from fear, from joy. I make a decision. I buy the house. When I hold the key in my hand, I stop. I look at it for a long time, so small, but so important. I have done it, truly done it. This is my home, my own place. And I feel something I have not felt for a long time. Pride, quiet, real pride. In the evening, I invite her to see my new home. I am nervous, more than I thought. When she arrives, she smiles at me. We walk inside together. She looks at everything. Slowly, calmly. She stops briefly in every room. "It is lovely," she says softly. "It feels good." I look at her and see how important this moment is to me. Not just the house, but that she is here, that I can share this with her. We stand in the living room. It is quiet, but it is not a heavy silence. It is warm. I look at her and think, my path was not only work, not only money, not only this house, it was more. It was also her. She was the person who showed me that it is not too late. She believed in me when I could not. I breathe in deeply. My heart beats calm but strong. I want to ask you something, I say. She looks at me, a little surprised. Do you want to live here with me? For a moment she says nothing. Everything is still. Then she smiles. A warm, honest smile. Yes, she says. Only one word, but it means everything. In that moment, I know I have not only found a house, I have found a home, and I have found someone to share it with. Later that evening, I sit alone in my new home. It is quiet, but it no longer feels empty. The rooms are warm. Everything seems alive. I look around and can hardly believe it. Not long ago, I still sat in my small flat. I thought my life was over. I thought I had missed everything. I thought it was too late for me. Too late for a new start. Too late for love. Too late for a better life. These thoughts were in my head every day. They stopped me. They held me back. But now I see the truth. I was wrong. It was never too late. I had only waited too long. I was afraid to try, afraid to fail, and this fear held me back. Not time, not my age, only myself. I think of the moment in the park, of her words. It is never too late. Back then they were only words. Today they are my life. I have taken small steps, every day a little, and that changed everything. Today I know it is never too late to start again. Never too late to believe in yourself. Never too late to build the life you really want.